Hello everyone, welcome to the first video for Trade with Python channel. I'm Yash. I started Trade with Python back in February, and Trade with Python, as you can see on your screen, is like a blog where we write very detailed articles for each and everyone, especially focused on the Indian markets using Indian-based tools, Indian-based data to show strategies or techniques that work in the Indian market. Now, I've been trying for some time or thinking to start a YouTube channel, but to be honest, I never got the confidence to do this. But my friends have motivated me a lot. So, again, like literally, I'm just giving this a go. Let's see what the response is like. And then, yeah, probably we can take it forward from there. So recently, actually today, I just published an article called "Steps to Deploy a Trading Robot to the Cloud." So I'll be showing you live how to deploy this robot. Uh, you know, Going over the whole process again, which is mentioned in this article from start till the end, and you can probably get a better idea after reading this article and watching this video how you can go about deploying your own code or any robot that you want on the cloud. So yeah, let's get started. Uh, you know, I am a self-learned coder, so it was a very daunting experience for me to deploy my first code to the cloud because I am primarily a Windows user as well. And with Windows and Linux, there are different syntax for each and everything. So it was pretty horrifying experience for me to get an Linux virtual machine and then deploy my code on it. Even with so many articles and YouTube videos out there, something is always, missing. And I want to bridge that gap here and show you guys how you can deploy this right now. Uh, yeah, so we'll be using the DigitalOcean virtual machine. It's called a droplet in their terminology. Like this is the DigitalOcean. I'm just logged into my account, and these are droplets. Droplets are nothing like a virtual machine on the cloud. So like you have your own laptop or a computer which has certain configuration, you can buy droplets from DigitalOcean, which is like a separate computer on the cloud somewhere in a data center, which you don't have to worry about. DigitalOcean manages everything for you. They look after everything for you, and if there's any problem, they'll be the first ones to fix that for you. Benefits of cloud, again, if you are having a trading robot, you do not want to install that robot on your machine and run it. Let's say you have a very risky strategy going on, option strategy, where you're getting into a position, let's say 9:20 a.m. and you are constantly capturing stop loss. It's a trailing stop loss, so you don't want to lose your internet connection in between when your code is running, and let's say your stop loss hits, the your code is not able to send that trigger order to your main account, which can lead to higher losses and everything. So it's always good to deploy your trading robots on the cloud where internet connection and it's not an issue. And preferably you should deploy your code into a data center which is nearest to the exchange. So in India, we have two exchanges, NSE and BSE, which are both located in Mumbai. DigitalOcean, unfortunately, does not have a server or data center in Mumbai, but they do have it in Bangalore. So I'll just show you how this process works with the Bangalore data center. You are free to use any another service with the similar manner, like maybe AWS. They have a Mumbai data center. You can use Microsoft Azure or Alibaba Cloud. Who cares? I mean, there are multiple out there. So yeah, let's get started. We'll be deploying. So this video will not be about a strategy. I don't want to focus more on strategy. I want to focus the process of deploying that code into your cloud. So we'll be building a very basic sort of a program where we will just get the live price of a particular stock, let's say HDFC or Reliance or Adani Ports, and every 5 minutes we'll send a telegram message to ourselves that this is the average price for the last 5 minutes. That's it. That's all we are going to build today. So let's get started. I'll just launch my Anaconda terminal uh, and create a new virtual environment. Let's call it YouTube videos, and I'll install Python 3.8 in this one, which is the most stable one, and just press Y and then enter. Once this is done, I'll activate the environment and then I'll install Jupyter notebooks, which I generally use for all sort of coding and debugging sort of problems. So let's see how that happens. So Conda activate what I just created, YouTube Live, and then it could not find YouTube Live. So what was the name? YouTube videos. Sorry, the environment name is YouTube videos. Conda activate YouTube videos. So now you can see we are activated into the environment. Let's just install Jupyter Notebook as well. So conda install Jupyter Notebook, and then I'll just quickly go to the folder that I want to have my code in. So I'll just copy the path of this folder, and we'll wait for this installation to complete. So there are tons and tons of repositories to install. We'll just press Y and then oops, Y, enter. If you're doing this for the first time, it might take more time for you to install. The thing is, my laptop already has lots and lots of other environments where most of the common libraries are already available. So Conda reuses them rather than downloading them again and installing them. And this does take a little bit of while just to install. We should be done in a couple of seconds. So for the purposes of this particular code, we'll be using two libraries, open source libraries on GitHub. So first we'll be using Jugaad Data, which is a library that uses the new NAC website. So it fetches all historical and live data from the NAC website. They have a very simple to use syntax API, and you can get started in no time. So if you want to fetch a live price for, let's say, HDFC, these four lines of code will do that for you. The other library that we'll be utilizing is Telegram Send, which basically will allow us to send the alerts to, I mean, the Telegram bot that we create. So yeah, we'll show you how to use both of them. Okay, so our Jupyter Notebook installation is complete. I'll just change my directory by doing cd change directory into the directory where I'll be saving my files. And once I've done that, I'll just type in Jupyter Notebook. Hopefully you can see that, and press enter. And this should open up something in your default browser. If that's Edge, then it will be Edge. If that's Chrome, otherwise Mozilla Firefox or anything. So Chrome is my default browser. It just opens it up and you'll see this is empty. So let's just create our first Python file. First, I'll show you how the syntax works like and then we'll move on to VS Code where we'll build the actual code. So this is the final code, but let's go step by step how this will happen. So let's just say cloud bot. So we will be using these two libraries. So let's just quickly install them again. Let's open new Anaconda prompt, activate our environment again, Conda activate YouTube videos, then pip install Jugaad underscore data and Telegram underscore send. Okay, that seems to have done successfully without any errors. Let's just restart this kernel from here. Kernel restart. What does that mean? That whatever new libraries that we have installed will be, now available in this Jupyter Notebook environment. So let's look at the syntax. So basically, the syntax is from jugaad import NSE live. So let's do that. Okay, no problems at all. Import Telegram underscore send as TS, let's say. Now let's probably fetch the live price of one of the tickers. Now I am doing this on a Saturday at 4:20 p.m. in London. So of course we'll not get the live prices, but we will get the last traded price. So let's say if you want to get the price of HDFC, we are initializing the NSE live class in the Jugaad data library, and then with that class there is a function called stock underscore quote where we are giving the ticker name to this. So Q is our output. Let's see what Q looks like. So Q has bunch of information here. What we would be interested in is the last traded price. So let's just have a look. So price info, the this is the key. This is the value of that key. So let's just filter for price info. Price info. And this tells me everything: last price, the change, the percentage change, I think, previous close, open, high, low, close, intraday, high, low, and week, high, low. I just want the last price for this purpose. So the last price is again this. Now, let's say you want to check it for Reliance. Just, replace it with Reliance, run this again. You get a last price of 2104. Let's check the Reliance share price, 2104. 2104. Let's do this again for HDFC and check it with Google as well. 2485.8. So HDFC share price. Oh, that's HDFC Bank. Which HDFC are we doing here? So let's just look at you again. This is HDFC Housing Development Financing Finance Corporation. So I don't want HDFC Bank. I need HDFC only. So let's just have a look at money control maybe. Yeah, so 2482.5 on is not matching. This is on NSE, this is on BSE 2484. Let's just go to NSE, HDFC. Yeah, so 2485.8. I don't know why money control is showing a different value, but this is the official website. And this Jugaad data library utilizes the official website. So the bot must have gone to this particular page and scraped this value, and this is now giving that as an output. So let's say if you want to build a quick function, so define get price from NSE, and then you'll want the stock symbol, which is HDFC, Reliance, whatever. And now just put this thing here and give this a stock symbol. Make sure that's indented properly. And then we want to return the Q price info and just the last price from the data that we see. So let's say I want to test this function, get data. So let's just do HDFC Bank, which is 1443. Let's see HDFC Bank 1443.00. So our function is working fine. We'll utilize this function later on when we build the full code. Let's get on to building our Telegram bot. So let's try and send a message right now. So the syntax for Telegram bot is something like Telegram. Oops, dot. Hang on, sorry, something's wrong. Can't search. Yeah. Oh, there are too many sends. Anyway, so the syntax actually is like ts.send messages, and you need to give this a list. So let's say, hi, Yash, how are you? And if I click on send this, let's see what happens. Oh, I got a message just because my Telegram bot is already set up, but let's probably set it up again so that you get a fair idea. So basically, that's how simple it is to use this library. You just ts.send with the messages, and it will send it out to you. So let's just set up this whole thing again so that you get a fair idea how this will be working. Uh, so if we go to the documentation, it says, Telegram send hello world. So this is the command line usage. But if you want to set up this Telegram for the first time, you'll have to first talk to Bot Baba. Sorry, not Bot Baba, Bot Father. So let's go to Bot Father somewhere here, and let's create a new bot. So new bot, and all right, a new bot. How are we going to call it? Please choose a name for your bot. So YouTube live TWP bot. Okay. And let's just copy paste this thing again. Sorry, so somebody must have already taken this username. So YouTube trade with Python bot. Sorry, this username is invalid. So TWP bot already taken. Okay. Wow. Okay, so this name was available, and we have been assigned something called as a token to access the HTTP API. So let's just set this thing again. So if you go to your command line where your environment is activated and do Telegram send configure. That should say talk with the bot father on Telegram, create a bot and insert the token. So we already did that. We created a bot called YouTube Trade with Python bot, and they want this token. So I'll just copy that token and just paste it. And what it will say is, okay, it's connected with the YouTube Trade with Python bot. Just please add this bot on Telegram and send it this code 48458. So let's just search this bot here and start. And what was the code? 48458. So 48458. Great. So now it's ready to use. Now, if I do this again, uh, ts.send messages is equals to, hey, I am testing again. So I am now getting this message on the bot that I created, YouTube Live TWB bot. So that's how you configure your new bot. So let's say if I want to send any message, what I'll do is just define a function, define send telegram message, and then just enter message and ts.send messages is equals to. Now this needs to be a list, and this needs to be a string. I mean, just convert it into string so that it can send it. You can't send in a object there. So send telegram message. Hey, how's it going? Great, we got that. So hey, how's it going? So our two main things are already sorted, which is getting the live prices from the NSE website and then sending that Telegram message. So let's basically test something out. Let's get the live prices for over a time so that we are sure that our NEC function is working. So I'll create an empty list called live prices. Uh, then basically let's just create a while loop. Actually, let's just move into the VS Code editor now because we're almost done with the functions already. So I'll just read a file. So I've just moved into VS Code. This is a file that we have created. Let's just do the imports again. Import Jugaad data as sorry, from Jugaad data import NSE live. That was the correct one, right? Jugaad data dot NSE import NSE live and import telegram send as ts. Okay, and then just let's copy paste these two functions there. Now let's just say live prices is equals to empty list. Then let's just do a while loop which will run all the time. So every 5 minutes this will run. This is just to show you an example. So let's say you get like the current price is uh, get price from NSE, let's say for SBI. So I have the GitHub Copilot installed. So this just, uh, completes code for me based on how I have been coding over a while. So yeah, this is great. This is awesome. So it's just auto predicting what I want to do. Uh, then basically what do we want to do is, let's say we want this, let's just print it. So print live prices, and we want to sleep because for a while, because we want this data, let's say every 10 seconds right now. So time dot sleep, so I'll just import time as well because time should be included. Time dot sleep basically asks your code to sleep for the next 10 seconds. So every 10 seconds basically get the live price for SBI and append that live price into this list called live prices, and just print out that list. So let's just run it. I'll just copy the path of this thing, move to my Anaconda prompt, change the directory, and then just do Python. What's the name? Cloud underscore bot v1.py. Okay, so it got that first price of 428.5. Let's just quickly check. SBIN 428.5. I don't expect that price to change because we already closed for from a market standpoint of view. So did that thing again. So it's running for every 10 seconds now. So what we want to do is, once let's say it reaches 5 entries, we want to take the average of those 5 entries and send a telegram message to us. So how will we, know that the 5 entries have completed? So let's just say count is equals to 0. And every time you run this while loop, just say count is equals to count plus 1. So increase the count by from 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 1, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5. And while you're increasing this count, basically, as soon as let's say the reaches to 5, you take the average of the live prices list and then send a telegram alert. And after that, just clear the live prices list again so that it starts again from 0, reach 5 entries again, send that alert again, and then clear it again. So it's a while loop which will continue on. So if let's say count is equals to 5, so basically we have done 5 times the looping over. Just send, let's just get the average price. So average price will be the sum of live prices divided by the length of live prices. I love GitHub Copilot. It just auto recommends me things which I really want to type. And then let's say the message is average price of SBIN is plus the string of average price, and then send telegram message that particular message, right? And then just say live price is equals to dot clear. So it just clears that list again, and then it's a loop again. So let's just run this. We are doing this 10 seconds. So right now we will be getting the results for 50 seconds, but we'll amend it to 5 minutes once we have tested it. Oh, let's just actually let's keep the printing on so that you get an idea. Bear with me, guys. You'll have to stay with me for next 50 seconds just to see if this works out or not. Till that time, let's go and basically, so if you do not have a DigitalOcean account, we would be very happy if you can sign up using our link, because this is an affiliate link. You will get $100 worth free credits, and you can launch your virtual machine for free for the next 2 months. And if you spend more than $25, we get some $25 out of it, which we can use for the servers that we generally use. Okay, so we got an alert on YouTube that on Telegram, that average price of SBIN is 428.5. So look at that. So it completed, actually just four entries and then it went to zero. So something is wrong in our code. Let's just fix it. So how does this work? So count is equals to zero. The first count, it will go to one. Then the second count, it will go to two, three, four, and five. So this should ideally be six because so it starts. Actually, let's also print the count so you get an idea. Print count. Count number one. So it started with one. You've got four entries, and for the fifth one, right? Okay. Where are we printing the live prices? Okay, so we are printing the live prices here actually. If you print the live prices here, because that gets empty because we are already clearing the live prices. So actually, we are indeed getting the average of the five entries rather than just four entries, but it's just looking like we are not doing it. So if I just save this and run this again, and let's just reduce the sleep time to 5 seconds just so we can do this faster. Yeah. So now you see one, two, three, four, five, and we just got an alert. So, okay, so basically our bot is now working. Now it's just a matter of deploying this bot to the cloud and testing it in the cloud just to see everything is working fine. So, if you don't have a DigitalOcean account, just create one. There is a link in that article. Once you have created account, just go to Droplets, which is the DigitalOcean virtual machine section. Just go to create a droplet. Once you are there, you can choose any one of them, but I'll choose Ubuntu for this example. Then I'll just choose a basic plan with regular Intel with SSD. I don't want anything fancy because I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes. And then I'll choose the Bangalore data center because that's nearest to the, let's say, the stock exchange, so the latency reduces. You can choose anyone that you want. And I want to set up authentication to log on into my machine. So I'll just select password and then I'll create a root password, which is very robust. So yeah, I've created that password and then you can rename your CPU. So YouTube, trade with Python, VM, virtual machine. And then I'll just create a droplet. That's it. As easy as that. You just got yourself another machine in the Bangalore data center with the configuration of 1 GB RAM and 25 GB hard disk, value. So it's just creating this droplet for us right now. I have two other droplets which are, running some code over it, but I'll show you this new one. I just click on it. I've got the IP address already. So let's say I want to see if the droplet system, I mean, can I actually get access to this machine or not? So what I'll do is go to my command prompt by just typing in CMD, open up this command prompt and type in SSH root. Root is the main user at the rate of, and then paste the IP address of this new droplet that you have created. Press enter and it will ask you, are you sure you want to continue connecting? I'll say yes, I want to, and it will be added. Permission denied, public key. Let's just try this again. Yeah, so it's now asking me for the password. So you enter the password that you created while creating the virtual machine. And now I am logged into this virtual machine. You can see everything. So I've already utilized 6% of the 24 GB. This is probably the Ubuntu software. You can see the what number of processes are running, what is your memory usage and everything. And now let's say you want to see if Python is installed on this machine. Just go and type in Python 3. You can see Python 3.8.5 is already installed on this machine. Let's just quit. Uh, and just type who am I. It says root. So basically, you are the main user who has all the privileges to this virtual machine. You want to see what the folders are? Do ls. Ls will basically tell you in this particular root folder how many other folders do you have. Right now, we just have something called snap, which is not important. We will deploy our own code to this virtual machine. So to now you have the code on your local machine. How do you bring it from your local machine to the virtual machine here so that you can see it and run the code from here? We'll use something called as FileZilla, which is an SFTP transfer tool. So just go to filezillaproject.org. I'll include that in the YouTube video comments or links, the info section. Just download it from here, and then it will look something like this FileZilla. And now let's say you want to add your new virtual machine in FileZilla. So just go to File Site Manager and go to New Site. Then select SFTP SSH File Transfer Protocol. So because our virtual machine, we can log in via the SSH. So we'll just add that. The host is the IP address again. So this is, let's just copy that. There is no port. The logon type, just make it interactive, and then the user is root, and just okay it. Now you have that site set up. Just go to site manager again, and you see this new site. Let's just rename it DigitalOcean YouTube TWP1. And let's connect to this site. You'll be get a pop-up unknown host key. Just always trust this host. We have created this virtual machine, so that's fine. Okay, and then it will ask me for the password again. And if everything goes right, you will be connected to your virtual machine. You can see all the files and folders in your virtual machine. So this is your local site, this is your actual computer, this is your remote site, which is your virtual machine. So let's just open up root. I don't see anything which is of importance to us, so let's just add the code that we just created uh, here. So let's just copy this. I mean, we'll just completely transfer this YouTube folder. So that's in this one. So let's just drag it from here to here, and you'll be asked for your password again. Oh, yeah. So basically, it says file transfer successful, transferred XYZ bytes in 1 second. Great. Now you see your YouTube folder here again. If you want to open up this YouTube folder, oh, I don't see the. Oh, yeah. So now the files are showing up. So I have the cloud underscore bot version 1 file that I just created. Now, if I go back to the terminal and type in ls, you see I have got that YouTube folder now. So if I want to check what's in the YouTube folder, just let's go in that directory, cd YouTube, and then type in ls again. Now you see your .py file that you created. Uh, let's try and run this file now just to see if our code works or not. So Python on the virtual machine in the Linux environment, you have to mention the Python version. In your normal local machine, or at least on Windows, you don't have to do that. Python 3, then cloud underscore bot v1 dot py. Oh, it says module not found error. No module name Jugaad data. So again, you remember at the start of creating that virtual environment, we installed Jugaad data and Telegram send. We will have to do the same thing here because this is a completely new machine which doesn't have those modules installed. So let's just do it via pip. So pip3 install Jugaad data. Oh, pip3 was not found, but can be installed with apt install python 3 pip. So we have Python, but we do not have the pip, which is the package installer for Python. So let's just install that with the command Ubuntu has suggested. So Python 3 pip. And it will ask you after this operation, 200 MB of additional disk space will be used. We have 25 GB, plenty of space. So that's fine. Just press Y and it will start working. Meanwhile, you can monitor how your machine is performing here and on the DigitalOcean page where you can see all the graphs as to, okay, how much bytes am I using? What's going on? This is quite empty right now because we just created it. But yeah, I think we had some failures, probably because of some connection issue. Let's just try this again. Now, okay, so it says unable to fetch some archives. Maybe try running apt get update. So apt get update. Okay, so that's done. Let's try our pip installation again. Okay, so it looks like it's working now. Okay, so that's done. I'll just clear this. So this looks okay. And let's just uh, so ls. Let's go into YouTube again. And let's now we have to install those two modules with pip. So pip jugaad underscore data and telegram underscore send. So the installation is now complete. Let's now try and run our code. Let's just do ls again, python free cloud underscore bot v1 dot py. Okay, so you can see the first run is complete. It has fetched the price live. The second is complete. The third is complete. Actually, we are just doing this every 5 seconds right now. We were meant to do this 5 minutes. So I'll just tell you how you can amend the file and then, repush it to the environment. Oh, we got an error. Okay, so Telegram send config error, config not found. So you remember we configured the Telegram send on our local machine with the command Telegram send configure. We need to do the same thing on this virtual machine, but because again, this doesn't know what is happening in the local environment. This is a completely new setup. So Telegram send configure, it says again the same thing. Talk with bot father and do that setup again. So let's just go to bot father and just copy this code again and paste it here. So to paste it here, you will have to do Shift Control V. The normal Control V wouldn't work. Just press enter and it says just pass on 878902 to our actual bot. So 87890. Great. So now it's ready for use. Yep. Congratulations. Telegram send is now ready to use. Let's run that code again just to see if it works or not. If it works, we'll just amend the file again in our local environment and pass it on via FileZilla to the server again, and then you will have it every 5 minutes. Okay, awesome. So I got my first ping, average price of SBI in 428.5. So this is actually the proof that, in your virtual environment, these things are working. And oh, wait, there is one problem again, because now you see after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This moved on to 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, if you remember in the code, our conditions is if count is equals to 5, then send something. So right now, ideally, the code that we have written, it should send another alert at 10, but it will never send that because we have hard coded 5. What we need to do is count should again be 0 once we have sent a telegram alert so that it restarts and from 0 again. And once 5 is reached, it goes back to 0 again. So this was a big problem. And then let's just, time dot sleep should be now 60. Let's say we were doing this for every 5 seconds. Now let's do it every 60 seconds if we want to get the average price of last 5 minutes. So this will start for run one, 60 seconds until 5. So 16 to 5, 300, that's 5 minutes. So now I've just saved this file. Let's just interrupt this program. Go to FileZilla again. We have this file here. Just copy this again. It'll ask for your password again. And just say overwrite. Okay, so the transfer is complete. Now let's rerun this thing. So this will of course now take 5 minutes. So I'll cut the video until the 5 minutes is done. Okay. It's 4:53 now. I expect it to be completed by 4:57 or 4:58. Okay, guys. So I've now completed, and as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I've just received a Telegram alert at 4:57 p.m. So now this is it. So basically, we wrote a code on our local environment. We were able to set up a virtual machine, and then we were able to transfer the files from our local environment to our virtual machine, and then just run them over on that virtual machine without any dependency on our local environment. And similarly, this was just to show you an example that this thing works. You can deploy your own complex strategies, option selling strategies, option buying, or just some strategies where you want to get notified when certain technical indicators meet and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, if you want to do that, this is how you can go about it and set up your own virtual machine and do that. I hope you guys found value in this. All the detailed steps are again mentioned in this Trade with Python article, which I'll link in the YouTube info section itself. If you have any doubts, you can comment below here, or you can just reach out to me on my LinkedIn. I generally respond to each and every query, but I would request you to at least check Google or Overflow first for your queries, and then shoot out an email to me so that I can have a look. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Have a good day. Bye.